Hello everybody and welcome to the Laughing Stock channel. I'm going to continue working on my little heart and bead and button project today, or artsy project as I called it before. So last time I left off, I had to prep some more buttons, so I cut the bottom of these couple buttons off here, and we're going to continue and finish up the black buttons in here and then move on to the next color in there. So we're just gonna start working away. I hope everybody's doing well today. Buttons going here. Ooh, just barely fits in there. And I pulled a couple of these little ones out. Get them in here. One or two, maybe just one, maybe two. Let's see what we can fit in here. If we can fit another one, I think we can. I think I'll go ahead and glue it. Put the glue down a second so I can get my fingers right in there. All right, it's got to fit. We're gonna make it fit, or not. Maybe it's not gonna fit. Okay, it's not gonna fit in there, and that's okay. We'll just leave it out. All right, so the next color I'm gonna do in here, I am going to do like pink, shades of pink in here. I just kind of found a bunch of pink buttons. I pulled them aside over here. I know you can't see them, they're off camera, but you'll see them as I use them. I had some fun ones I found, like this fun polka dot one. And I think we'll start right off the bat with that one. I just got glue all over my fingers. But it smeared the glue around, so. Alright, we're just gonna get this one tucked up right up in here, I think. There's really no rhyme or reason to the shaping sizing. I'm doing that, and I do have a paper towel over here, so I'm gonna wipe my hand off. I just got a whole bunch of pink buttons prepped. I did have to cut a few of them down, but here's a cute little flower one. You're looking at the bottom of it right now, but we'll flip it over and you can see it in a second here. And there's all different shades of pink too, I found, so I'm just doing different stuff. Here's kind of, I don't know which is the top and the bottom of that one, or if it really matters. I think this is the bottom. See if that fits in there. It might not fit in there. We'll do it there and then put a tiny one in there. Or a medium-sized one in there. That works. Just right. So we're just gonna keep just working with different buttons that we have, and I might have to get some more buttons out besides the ones I have here, but we'll see. I'll just work what I have right now and go from there. See if I've got a little one that'll fit in that spot over there. That worked good. That one jumped out. I don't think I got glue on the rim of that one very well, on the high point. There we go. We have this is the only really big one I have. And you'll see it's kind of this cool, like plaid-ish fabric. We'll get that one in there, and it takes up quite a bit of space. Need a little more glue on it. Just stick good. That one doesn't want to stick. Because the plastic didn't take to the glue real well. I think it will in a minute. I think it'll kind of work its way and stick down. I'm gonna get my bag out and kind of dump some more here. See, mostly I just have smalls left, but we'll dump a few more out. So we'll just keep working some small ones in there. A lot of the same kind of sizes and stuff that I've already used, but we'll just keep filling in. This is a nice little flower. You'll see this one when I put it down. Put it right in the middle there. This one's got a couple little, it's kind of a lighter pink with dark streaks in it of pink. Now, this little one has got a rose right in it. It's kind of cool. I had to cut the back off to make it work. And if I want to use another one of these, I'll have to cut the backs off. So I can only cut the back off of one. I'm gonna maybe position it so the rose is facing up, if I can see how it's working. Like that, I think. Alright, here's another flower one. Different style. Get this one right there. Look at the design and pattern on that one. Can you see that one? Look at that. That's cool. Just keep working away. I don't know if I've used one of these yet. I don't think it'll fit in there. Let's do that. Here's a tiny one. I don't have very many of these tiny ones, but I might try this. I just don't think that's gonna fit there. We'll put it there. This won't take too long to fill in the pink. I'm almost done already. Just want to make sure I kind of, alternate different shapes and colors, or shades, I guess, more than colors. What do we got left here? Like I said, I don't want to keep duplicating the same ones, but I don't have a lot of different ones left. I could do one more of these rose ones, but I'd have to cut the back off, so let me do that quick. I've been just using these like wire cutters that I use for jewelry making. Trimming the back off, holding it, hiding it so it doesn't go flying. There we go. And then I've kind of taken and just pressed down the edges a little bit in there. Let's see, do it down here better. This is just to kind of get them out of the way so I have a flatter surface to glue with partly, but this one's kind of tough. It's not really bending, but I don't know. It's about as good as it's going to go. So we'll do one more flower. Oops. If I can get a hold of it to glue the back of it, that would be helpful. See what I'm doing there. I'm gonna turn the flower right side up. I just want these ones, I want it's pointed in the right direction. The other stuff, I don't care. All right, so now I need something to go in there if possible. I'm just looking at what I've got there, and I really don't want to put the same thing right next to that. Well, here's a small one. Put that in there. And then maybe one more small one of maybe this kind. I think I only used one of these before. Alright, I'm gonna get this in there just right so they all fit in there. That one wants to come up again. I think it's got enough glue. I just need to get it down good. All right. I think we're done with the pink. I wish I had a tiny black one to go there, but we'll figure something out there. Next color I'm gonna do in this section right here, I'm gonna do gold buttons. Some are metal, some are plastic, and most of them I had to cut the backs off. So I have a whole bunch over here all prepped, ready to go, and I wanted to do kind of the same shade of gold. I mean, sometimes you get like a little bit darker, but these are all kind of like bright, shiny gold. That's what I was going for in these ones. So we're just gonna start putting them in. And these ones have a lot of cool ones. A lot of different designs on the buttons. Let's go with something just a little bit smaller every side. This one looks like a coin almost. There's a kind of a coin with a, a head on there. Once again, these ones, almost all of these I had to cut off. And like I said, some are metal and some are plastic, but almost all of them I had to trim the backs off. This one's kind of doesn't want to lay very flat because I didn't get the back trimmed real flat, so it's just going to have to lay in there the best I can. That'll have to do. Here's one that looks like an anchor. It's kind of neat. Once again, I can tell already it doesn't have a very flat back. It's just going to have to work with what's there and make it stick somehow. And I think I will purposely not put them all upright. I will make sure some of them are kind of different angles and directions. I don't want them to all be like perfectly, you know, one direction and stuff. So this one has like some kind of bird, maybe sort of an eagle. And there are some different size ones, but a lot of them are similar in size. But there's a few different ones. So there's like a shield. This one's plastic, I can tell by the feel of it. Alright, here's the one and only big one. As compared to all the other ones. You know, I'm kind of working with buttons I just had. I didn't go out and buy buttons for this. I actually at one point had a jar of buttons. And some of these were in there, and I had them for sale on Marketplace, like a peanut butter jar full of buttons. And they didn't sell, and I'm like, okay, then I'll just, you know, use them for something. So, might as well. Here's one of the smaller ones, and I want to kind of be a little different and not, you know, match all the same size, so do a small one there kind of in the middle. But then I gotta find another one that's gonna fit that other spot, so. Let's see, will this one fit there? I think that one might fit there. That's good fit. This one is like crossed swords kind of maybe. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Here's a tiny one. Oh, come here. I'm gonna put that in that little spot right there. I like it. Stay. Okay, we're getting close already to the end on these. It's crazy that they're fills in so fast. I guess this was kind of a small section to work on there. I guess we leave it open in the middle a little bit. Get over. I think that's another anchor of a littler one. Might be a little tricky making some of these stick. There's not a lot of surface area to glue to. That's too big. I'm gonna have to go down here with that. Stick. And do I have another little one? That might be, although I only had that one tiny one. Maybe I got another one in the bag. Another bag here, but a lot of these were kind of like tarnished kind of thing. Whoa! Well, that's one way to look for the colors, or the size. I am gonna just dump them out and see if I can find a little one. But I kind of think that might have been the only little one. Well, I wonder if I can just make one work there anyway. No, I have no more little ones. Maybe I can just lean one. That spot's so, like, so big I don't want to leave it blank. I'm going to try and get this one in there. Even though I might have to lean on the other ones. I don't want to lean on the beads really though, I don't think. There, that kind of worked. But I got to glue this one a little more. I'm going to kind of tilt it one way, I think. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the gold section. Just scoot all those ones out of the way. Next one I'm going to do in this section here, I want to make this like black and white. I did have quite a few like different black and white buttons like these, and I wanted to just do like a black and white section. I thought that would be fun. So we'll start with something here in the black and white designs. And then sometimes I'm just going to use like kind of plain white or plain black buttons to fill in the smaller holes, I think. Let's see what's going to kind of fit up here. I kind of got a funny shape at the top of the... Maybe that. This kind of looks as the same as like some of these over here, but just in black and white instead of pink, as far as the same feel of the button. They're all plasticky kind of thing. Let me see how that's gonna fit. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'll go ahead and glue this one first. And then I have this little one. I think it'll fit right in there. Excellent. What else do I have? Put this foot in there. I almost feel like I should have done a white one there, but because it's too close to that one and it kind of gets lost. But I guess it'll just have to do. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna stick a kind of a solid black one, a little one, right up in here. It's kind of, actually it's a little bit of a marbled look, so it kind of goes with the black and white. This in here. Like I said, I pulled the buttons out ahead of time, but I didn't really line them up or where I thought they'd might look good. I just decided to kind of just go with the flow. Here's another kind of, it's kind of a white and clear one, and I'm looking to see if I can tell which is the top and the bottom. There's some writing on one side. I guess that would be the top. If it was writing, the writing would show. Stay. All right, let's keep working. Use another one of these white with black polka dots, I think. Right in here. And this one's gonna have to lean. I can tell it doesn't lay flat very well. I think we'll put it there. Stay there. The way I had to cut the back off, it doesn't stick real good. I think that'll work there. There we go. I'll just keep working away. Just working away. All right, we're getting close to the bottom of the black already. I can't believe it goes so fast once you kind of just start sticking buttons in. I've been kind of quiet on this one. I guess I've been just focusing on what I'm doing and not really talking much, but I hope everyone's having a good day and enjoying watching this little craft project I decided to create. Let's see, I think I'll put this kind of towards the bottom and fill in the spot over there with something. Right there. Phew, just fit. All right, and I kind of think one more of the same button because that's the only other one that I have that's small like that. If I can get it to fit in here somewhere. Well, I think we're gonna make it work. I'm not sure. I think that'll do. Okay, so that's the black and white section. We're down to one section left, and so I feel like we're moving along at a pretty good pace. So the last section I decided to do kind of blues, but some of them run into the purple sections, you know, purple colors a little bit. Like that one's a little more purple, but some of these are a little more blue. So we'll just start working on that section. We're moving right along. Doing pretty good. Maybe we'll get this section fill and then we'll stop the video for now, and another day we'll do the other little fill-in designs that I've been kind of working in my head. All right, get that one there. I think we'll put a little one up in the top. Should fit right there. Look at that. All right, here's just a plain blue button. Okay, will this fit there? Yes, it will. Nice, perfect. Okay. I have some, look, here's a really light blue. And I'll break it up a little bit with a little different shade of color there. Something different. Let's see. I don't have too many different designs of buttons here, so I want to make sure I'd use different ones and space them out a little bit. Maybe I'll use one of these. Kind of looks similar to the one there, but it's definitely different, so. Alright, I'll do this one. Okay, we'll just keep working along here. This one's a fabric button, fabric covered. Yeah, I'll pull it over. Another one of these light ones because we want to make sure we got a few of these mixed in to break it up a little bit. Put that right in the middle. This is going pretty good. Alright, I think we need a small button in here. There, if I can get my fingers unstuck. Here's a smaller, different shade of a fabric covered button. And I think it'll fit right there, so that looks good. Make sure this sticks down good. Go to one of these. Stay. It doesn't want to stay. Get it. Alright, that works, that works. Now what? I think another one of the light blues. Maybe. No. This one can go in there. Now, will it fit one more small one? I think it might. Boy, gotta make this fit. All right, scooting them up just a little, smushing them together. There, now I got it in there. I can slide these back down just a little. Get in there. I'm okay with it overlapping just a little bit right there. Stay. I almost could fit one there. I don't know if it would fit. No, I think that would be too smushed. Okay, so I think we're done with this. Oop, there's a gold one that got away. With this part of the design. I hope you guys can see that. I don't want to tip it too much. I want to let them dry a little bit. But I like it. I like the separation with the beads and then the buttons in between. And I'm not done yet with the project. There's a little more I want to do to it. So you'll have to tune in next time to see what we do next. So I thank you all for stopping into the Laughingstock channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, tune in next time to see what we do next. Thanks for stopping by.